Oh, there we go. Now it says mic unmuted. Don't want to be talking for 20 minutes without you guys knowing here. Excuse me. What's up, guys? Good morning. Welcome in. Welcome in. Wait like 2 more minutes. We'll go ahead and get started. Yeah, Airbnb is freaking nuts, dude. They actually had earnings the other day. There's actually pretty good. There's actually pretty good earnings for quite a bit. Tickers. So the Airbnb. You know what one was actually pretty surprising is Roku, dude. Roku was a COVID darling, so to speak, right? And and is now pushed up here a little bit. So I have no interest in it. I have zero interest in this one. There's a couple other Kathy Wood stocks that did pop up. And it's funny because the only one that I actually have uh my portfolio in, right? Like my long-term portfolio that I actually invest in is Shopify, and that one is down. So I guess I really know how to freaking pick them, dude. But I'm looking at this as a good opportunity for a little pullback. It's okay. So it's not a huge deal. We're still in within the trend on the way that we want to go. I think they're just kind of getting beat up a little bit, being compared to Amazon as far as on the ecom type deal and stuff. So we'll see. Do I ever trade? Do I ever switch bias and take opposite trade? That's a really good question, dude. Really good question, brother. Um, all right. So just to answer your question real quick, absolutely, bro. Absolutely. And so like kind of if you've been here over the last few days, while I've been trading, um the way that I kind of trade is very inverse of the way everyone else does. I try to find every reason not to take a trade, right? So, and if I can't find a reason not to take a trade, then it's blatantly obvious to go ahead and take the trade, right? If that makes sense. Everyone always looks for every reason, and this is kind of like the bias that you wind up making in your head, right? Is that um, if you're looking for something, you'll always find it, no, regardless if it's actually there or not, right? So we've all had like the jealous girlfriend that goes through your phone and accuses you of things or whatever, right? It doesn't matter if she doesn't find anything. She already has it in her head that that you're cheating, or just because you cheated on her in a dream or something stupid like that. She already has it in her head that that's what it is. So if we have a bias whenever we're taking a trade, well, not necessarily a bias, but if we're looking for a reason to take a trade, right, then we're always going to find a reason to take a trade. But if I'm looking for a reason not to take a trade, right, so all the reasons not to, and it's blatantly obvious, and I can't find a reason not to take a trade, then I should go ahead and take that, right? So in that case, what will happen sometimes, and maybe today we'll get a teachable moment in this. I appreciate you bringing it up before the market opens. Um, is that I'll be in a trade, and then I start seeing where it starts going, being a little bit more in favor the other way, right? So kind of yesterday, I actually had calls a little bit too early. I got stopped out right here. But if, say, for instance, I was trying to buy puts against our balance line right here, right? But then I start seeing, and I come over here and I look at the VIX, right? While I'm in the trade, like this, right? And I could see that the VIX is actually showing some pretty good resistance right here. Okay, cool. Then we might go ahead and break down and show some weakness here, where the market may move to the upside, right? Also, these purple candles that are right here, you know, these are my bread and butter. These are a whole ass system that I designed to be bullish. So if these are triggering, I'm probably wrong the other way, because I engineered these to show me when to go in a bullish position, right? if I start seeing, our main ETF type traders, right? So like Apple is 7% of the SPY. I believe Microsoft is like 5% or something like that. I start seeing those tickers start bouncing, just kind of like how Google was influencing our move yesterday in the middle of the day. Um, if we start seeing that we're getting some really big strength, and the SPY is starting to follow with that, then I'm not going to go ahead and stay like on the I'm not going to stay on the bear side of that trade. So I'll exit. And that doesn't necessarily mean that I exit and then I flip I buy in right away the other way. I got to make sure that it's an asymmetrical risk to reward trade in my favor in order for me to be able to take that trade. So I may sell out, right? May sell my position, wait for it to pull back, and then, get back in or whatever again. So absolutely. That's what we call in my room. I think it's very hard. It's one of the most difficult things I believe as a trader to do is to switch your brain and be open minded to flip your bias on the day. And that's why I have that three strike rule too, right? Because if my bias is too strong on one certain direction, then I'm most likely not going to change it, right? So I'm reading the market wrong in some type of way. But if I stay objective and I'm able to go ahead and switch my bias and I could see the other direction on why it would go the other way, then yes, I'll look for an entry the other way. And that happened the other day. That happened the other day. Um, and um, so yeah, we call it in my room, we call it in my community, we call it staying being money biased. So we write it like this. Right? So that's like kind of like our little mantra thing where everyone says they're bullish or, they're bearish or, whatever it is. In my room, we're money biased. So whatever makes you money, do that, right? Risk management makes you money. So do that. Like whatever keeps the money in your wallet, do that. That's being money biased. So if you need to switch from being bearish to bullish, then have that capability of being able to do so. If you don't have the ability to actually execute technically from the other perspective, then know to sell your position and to sit sidelines. So pretty cool little talk right there to start the morning off there, dude. Um, let's go ahead and jump right in here, guys. The on Thursdays, every Thursday we get economic data here, the job report. Excuse me, let me change this here real quick. um I don't, it's stupid that it doesn't let me just change the screen. Let's see if I log in real quick, it'll let me it'll take the dates and everything the way I have it set up. Oh my goodness, this scammers got to ruin everything for everyone, bro. We got to have two-factor authentication. There it goes. All right. I know it's kind of zoomed out here or whatever, but um, we also have PPI this morning here, dude. So our forecast for PPI was 4.9%, and it came in actually hotter than expected right here, guys, as 5.4 percent. So basically saying that year over year, and the way that and month over month here, inflation is it's not going away. Like it's not going down as easy as everyone is kind of expecting or hoping it to. So that was the big drop that you see right now, that you seen in the market right here, which absolutely freaking sucks because I believe that we did some really nice work yesterday towards the end in the afternoon session, and then the rest of the world in the Globex session, right? They held up the features. They did really well, keeping it up here towards the resistance of the 415. And we were looking like we were going to have a really nice bullish day until we got this negative catalyst. And then jobless claims. Jobless claims right here is so the expected was 200K, came out a little bit under, better than expected. So a couple things that are kind of rolling with us here this morning, guys. The um, we've talked about kind of our football field, or like our range on where we're playing, and 4100 is where they're trying to protect right now for going into tomorrow's monthly expiration. So I don't believe we're going to break for if we break 4100 right here right at the open, just based off of volatility, it'll get bought up very quickly, in my opinion. um so like down in this kind of area right here, I would say buy that. So, and that's what I'm going to be looking at is buy opportunity off of those, because all this open interest on these market makers for tomorrow, they are not going to want this. They are not going to want to lose. So if we come over here to the 410, there's 50,000 contracts that are open right here. Our put wall is 400, so technically, right, like we could definitely go down to 400. But if we can, we're going to do everything everything that we can to protect this 410, and then on the ES, the 4100. So right here, and the ES contract is quarterly though, so just be aware of that. But this is where everything is going to be stacked up here as well. There's 13,000 or 1300, excuse me, right there. And then if we're also looking at the SPX as well, you'll see that that is the biggest open interest area right there too. So uh, holy crap, there's so many strikes. So 4100 right here, there's 19,000. So, and you can see that there's not anything even close to it, like around in this area. So the next one is 4150. So, and that's been our resistance on the SPX. So, as kind of like my plan today, what we're looking at is right at the open for us to hold this level, and then try to buy it back up. So our balance line is going to open up really crazy, probably around this 411-ish, 412-ish area. Yeah, 411-ish. So we'll go from there. So um yeah, that's pretty much it here, guys. So uh I did hold some positions overnight, so I'm gonna be opened up down a little bit, because I really did like the work that we've been putting over the last few days, and I like this balance range that we're putting in, right, for us to start breaking to the upside. And so we're gonna open up, and I'm gonna be down a little bit here at the open. So we'll read the price action, and then I'll manage from there. Does that look good? And let's see. Oh, so for the SPY, let's go over the SPY here real quick. Open interest. So 413 is the bigger area to the upside. Right here. So there's 14,000 contracts right here at the 413. So we do have room to move up to the 413, and then down here in this layer area. So the 410 is one of the bigger strikes right here to hold us. So they will want to try to buy us back above this, and then if we do break this, you could see that there's a little bit of a gap here where this is a lot smaller, up until about 405. So we do have that potential to slide down to that area, but I don't believe that will happen. So um, I mean, anything's possible, but wait, we're down at, dude, we're at 408 now. We'll see, man. We'll see how good they protect this area right here. Morning, morning, morning. That 155 idea is really good, because we closed above that yesterday. So that was the big open interest that they want to close under today. And so that was a really good idea. And I'm, to my nitpick at my thing, right? So I know that we're kind of swimming upstream. We know that this is a resistance. And so it's really interesting to go going into next week because I could see technically on the chart, right? So very technically on the chart that we could move to the upside and start our next leg to the upside. But then at the same time, I could also go ahead and see where a slide down to 400 would not be the end of the world. You know what I mean? So, which would be a pretty cool little. We're at 41.47 right now on the SPX. So that would mean like 140 point, 120 point move on the SPX to the downside. So cool, cool. Any questions or anything before the market opens? Any tickers you want me to look over? One of our guys was looking at coin last night. That is pulled back this morning as well. Um, Amazon down. So if you guys are new to the stream here, every morning on Twitter, I release a little landing page. Actually, I don't think I even put it up today. So let me go ahead and share the stream here, guys. Or did I share it on Twitter? I don't know if I did or not. Give me a second. All right, got that up there. Okay, so every day, every morning on Twitter, if you're new to the stream, I release this kind of just landing page here with my thoughts on the day, on the way that the price action may move, and then our option levels and stuff right here, right? So actually, I don't think I even changed the. Damn, dude, I don't know if I changed the option levels today. So large gamma 416, bias 42, 412. Oh yeah, I didn't even change these, dude. I need to update these. Damn, bro, I'm slacking today. But I put these up, and basically, I just wanted to share my note here. So I said we're going to test just how resilient the market has been this morning after a hotter than expected PPI print. We're currently hovering right above our key area interest level of 4100 on the ES. We talked recently of buying on the out bands of the range that we've been playing in. With monthly expiration tomorrow, we expect bulls to heavily defend this area. So, and that's exactly kind of what I outlined here, is that the 4100 we're keeping an eye on right here, and for us to go. And so it would be absolutely freaking awesome if bulls use this as a buying opportunity and we just blast off today. But I don't. I honestly don't think it'll happen. I think it'll just be defended. We'll kind of go sideways the way we did yesterday, and we're not going to get too much happening today or tomorrow until we get everything, um, all that gamma and all that delta to expire tomorrow. So let me go ahead and fix this here real quick. For 12 gamma. For 10. Um, Okay, so I fixed that. Also on the Qs, our put wall is the 300. So and then 305 is our big gamma area. So it's right under 305. They would want to push that, and Apple just pushed up here just a little bit. So I believe that Apple is trying to close as close to 155 by tomorrow as possible. So we're kind of looking at that. We'll see. It would be absolutely awesome if we get a really nice up candle right here, right at the open. 407 area, yeah, this 408 ish area right here, 407 right here, 407.50. So you can see where this was old resistance right here, and then in this area we bounced to. So if we dip down to this level, these levels again, the 408 right here, right, 408.50, cool. Like we've already tested these levels. This is where you could see on the ES right here, down in these levels, right? So we're pretty much there, but 4100, like I said, is the main area here, guys, that we want to defend, and that would bring us to where J Rob is saying here about 408, 407.50 or so in between this area. At these 155 puts. So let's look at it real quick here. We got 2 minutes, or yeah, almost 2 minutes to the bell here. Um, so if we're looking, oops, I wanted to go into the option chain. So Apple. So tomorrow expiration. So the way that we're looking at this, so 155, 56,000, and there's also 59,000 right here at 150. So, dude, the odds in here are a little bit more in your favor here, where it's we're right in between, rock and a hard place, so to speak, on this. Where if we do get weak, they may say, okay, we'll go ahead and get it back below 150, right? So that would be absolutely awesome. And then you do have a little bit of support here in this area though from on the put side. So it is possible that we get under 150, but the other high one is this 155. So it depends. And we don't know if they've already kind of capitulated these positions, I should say, on the 150 where they've already bought against it or bought other um, equities, futures, or uh, option contracts against it. Let's root for the 152.60 and I'm out, he said. All right. All right, let's have a great trade session here, guys. Make sure you're using your stop losses, mitigating your risks, taking profit at your relevant levels, no bag holding, and staying money biased. All right. Daddy, I've been trying. I just can't get to break. There's too much in this world. I can't stay straight. But I remember your words, oh, to bring me chill. Keep your nose on the grindstone and out of the grill. Mm-mm-mm-mm. Keep in mind that man's just I keep getting copyrighted notices from YouTube that for having the music on, and it's like I don't even monetize these lives, so I don't know why you're getting upset. So the target to the upside would be this 411, this white line right here, 411.40 or so. Ooh, Bito. So the Bito is the uh what do you call it? The crypto ETF. So if you want exposure to crypto without having actual um crypto coins. So I'm looking for it to fill this gap here to go to 17. So I'm gonna put this in my bigger portfolio right now. Um, not my trading one. All right, so Apple with a pretty nice little push up here, guys. The Qs are trying to regain its feet, see if it gets over this 305. So I believe the way that I'm gonna read this here, guys, is if we get up here to this 411, right? I want to see the reaction to our balance line, and if we just kind of bulldoze through it and get above it, cool. I'm a little bit more bullish biased then at that point. If we reject here, I'll go ahead and buy some puts. But so far, kind of to plan here, we got a little bit of a pop, but still kind of shaking, getting our footing here after this pretty nice little drop. So give me let me see here. The 4115 was the is the area first area of interest here on the ES, if you guys remember. Ooh, how come my option chain isn't giving me? Oh, this is the wrong one. So the SPX is right at the 4100 here, guys. We kind of talked about was it yesterday, the day before, or something, guys, where about having someone come and play. I will find reasons not to be in a trade. Exactly, dude. Like I think, like I said, I think us as humans work very um, inversely of the way that Seth. Good morning, brother. So I'm sure you guys have all made like an emotional buy, right? Like you guys have all made like like impulse purchase, right? Whether it be like an electronic or recently my kind of impulse buy was a Corvette. I know that's a big one, but it was a good deal. I still feel it was a good deal after, now that I've cooled off on it and everything. But we rationalize on why something is a good deal or why we should buy stuff or whatever, right? And and that's huge. That's really huge. It's the same thing whenever we're trading is we're going to rationalize um, whatever whatever it is for our benefit, right? Or what we want, not necessarily our benefit, but what we want. We're going to rationalize it. Dude, we've all been in that relationship with that Latina where we know we shouldn't be in that relationship with the Latina because she's crazy as hell, right? Keeps keying your car and keeps going crazy on you, right? But she somehow still winds up in your bed. All right, so now we just broke lows right here. We're heading down just a little bit, 4100 on the ES. We did break down here on the SPX here, guys. So basically, I am looking here for a bounce now for us to get above 4100 here on the SPX. And this little, I can't even see on the SPX. So the VIX is at 1984. I also want to see some resistance from there. Excuse me. No, no Latina here. No, dude. They're the weakness, bro. Weakness. Um, and for you guys that are newer to the stream, I would say that this is more of a PG-13 or rated R stream here, guys. I do not have a filter, so if you do not have a little bit of thick skin, then probably not gonna make it here. I had someone rage quit yesterday. That was pretty cool. Was everyone here for what's his name to rage quit? Because I was asking questions. And there's that buy up, there's that bounce, dude. So, dude, I kind of want to start getting in here. I'll go ahead and try it with some small size, being on the support. Let me see. Actually, before I take that trade, I'm going to look at the VIX real quick. Yes, the VIX did go ahead and reject. So, I'm going to be a little late getting in here, I think. All right. So just some 4110s here on the SPX, guys. My risk is going to be right below this 408.75. So if we're not holding the trend to the upside, then I don't want it. It is I am buying the support and down in these weaker areas, and it sucks because these wind up being the best trades, but these are the hardest trades to take when you think that the world is going to fall apart and the floor is going to fall out from underneath you, and then it's nice when you get a big old boner candle to the upside off of the support. Gordon, yeah. That's happened a few times on stream where um it's uncomfortable to be asked those things whenever you know that you didn't perform well, or you're not doing as you're uh expected, right? All right, let's see here. SPX, see what you got. Let's see this resilience that they're talking about you have here. Let me see. Where's my? Oh, I don't have my tweet deck up. So there is that push on Apple to the one. So I got to 154.75. Show where it had some resistance going back down. Now, if we get over our balance line up here, which I'm about to get stopped out, son of a bitch. Um, I'll add if we do a crossover right here. So if we push up right here, I'll get a different strike. Tesla showing its resilience here, pushing up, leading the strength here to the upside. The ES, or excuse me, the SPX is right at 4100 again. Do we have any other economic things? Any other catalysts today? We have the Fed member speaking here at 8:45. That actually just started a little while ago, or actually, it should start right now. Or no, it started earlier, right? I don't know if these times are in my time or the market time. I think they're market time. Oh, they're my time. So in my time here, he starts in a couple minutes. Oh, dude, what the fuck happened to my tweet? That sorry guys, but dude, they screwed this all the way up. Why did they change this, dude? Freaking Elon, bro. All right, in here for the boner candle to the upside. Oh, bro. I know that you should be adaptable to change, bro, but like this is of this mother, bro. Like, um, how do I make it dark mode over here? Here we go. There we go. All right, here we go. Got the VWAP. Tesla's showing purple candles here, showing nice little. Okay, man. Good morning, bro. Let's go, dude. I need to trim my mustache, man. Like this, I get like a Pancho Villa type mustache, dude, and it starts like tickling my lip. Who is our dollar expert in here? There was I forget who would call out the dollar moves for us. So there's this. I keep seeing a lot of people talking about this. A lot of bigger type traders where they're talking about Volmageddon. So I'm air quoting Volmageddon, where the volatility could shrink or actually be bought off of. Oh, dude, don't bear flag on me. Come on. Um, so where we could have a sharp move to the downside due to short term option delta being covered. So that would mean that people would buy volatility, basically buy the VIX, and it would force the prices to come down. So if that were to happen, man, that would be crazy because, dude, it would screw so many people over if we stay under this 410 and the if we stay under 4100 today. But like no one knows when exactly it's going to happen or whatever. But here's the article if you guys want to read it. Excuse me, just burped in your guys' ears. Josh, what's up, brother? Good morning. Welcome back, dude. If you guys want to read that. Calling for August highs. Like, what do you mean? The SPY highs or the VIX highs? Well, I'm not. Oh, I see. I see that, dude. I really see both cases, right? And this comes of being, trading very objectively and looking for reasons not to take trades, right? So dude, we're in a really bad economic time right now, and it doesn't. The numbers are not adding up. The market is doing its own fucking thing. And maybe the Fed is still buying individual tickers and adding to their balance sheet, and they're just not fucking telling us, right? They're supposed to be offloading, but who actually knows, right? So uh, it's really really hard to know when we keep on getting these crazy numbers, and then it's like, um, dude, it's just I don't know. So the inflation thing too is like people my mom partly does it for exercise. I know that part, but she has a really good job where she works at the Bank of America. She made $8,000 in bonus this last month or quarter or something like that. And so but she still goes and does like Instacart on her days off, like, you know so I know that there's a lot of people like that where, especially probably like in more urban areas and maybe like California, where uh, you need to make some extra money to be able to support yourself or whatever. Um, it's just weird, dude. The kind of climate that we're in right now. The Cisco calls. You mean the ones that someone else took that you followed? Um, so I see that where you're saying like both ways here, right? Uh, we're in a really nice compression right here over the last, what is this, like 2 weeks, 3 weeks or so, where we could really move to. You're saying August highs, so August is all the way. We need to go further back. We need to go further back than this even. August highs right here. So this is, I was gonna say 450, but this is 430. So I could definitely see that, right? uh Out of this compression move for us to get to that area, I could definitely go ahead and see that. And then to the downside, I could also see where a nice little ride back to 380 would be really nice too. So um staying objective and not trying to guess. And so that was something the other day where I put that trade idea in the Discord room, where um I put that idea in the Discord room where I wanted to buy puts, right, with the goal of the price getting to like around 385, 380, and it was going to be $2,000 risk to make about $10,000. And so, but then I realized that with the monthly expiration, the open interest, and everything like that, we're probably not going to break 400. And then also betting towards like what do we have? We have CPI last week or at the beginning of this week. So I don't like this little re- rejection of this VWAP here. Our VIX is also starting to rise here, guys. So I may have to jump out of this trade. Um, so I decided against taking that trade because, again, I found more reasons not to take it, right? So instead of it being blatantly obvious to take it. So mm, 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 mm. All right. See what happens here at the top of the hour volatility. We are at resistance of the weekly. I believe this is the weekly pivot and the balance zone on Apple. So this is. I just want to double check. I forget the colors. Yeah, the weekly one. Mm-mm-mm. So Microsoft is in a really nice compression right here. Is in the trigger candle to get long. I will put it here in the chat. Google is also bouncing here really nice so far today. It's actually relative strength, guys. You guys see Google? I agree with you 100%, dude. So if we get, I'm going to give until like 5 minutes past the hour. And if it doesn't go anywhere past this range, I will get out. I'll get out due to a time stop loss. So you guys have all heard me. Keller, what's up, dude? It did get you the other day, dude. And I thought about it, bro. Like you had the plan. It was just a little bit early. A little bit early, dude. But that's where you dip that toe in and you test it out. And if you're able to stop out and save that mental and emotional capital, you could always go ahead and jump back in. You know what I mean? Rain all day, dude. This the weather here across the United States is just kind of nuts. Here here in Albuquerque, they getting some really nice snow and stuff, and then what's his name? Um, Craig, our small cap guy in the New Age Wall Street Discord. He lives near Nashville, I believe, and he says he's without power right now. So, but you guys have all heard me talk about a time stop loss, right? Which I'm going to get stopped out here on just from the technical standpoint, but we'll see what happens. Excuse me, the VIX is about to love tap the 20. right here, guys. And a time stop loss is whenever. So if your entry is correct on the trade, your trade should walk into profit very very quickly. So this is I recommend, if you guys haven't read the book, Reminiscence of a Market Operator, by it's actually written by Edwin Lafleur, I believe, but it's Jesse Livermore's biography, whatever. And and it's crazy that that book was written like 120 years ago, and how relevant a lot of those that mindset is still today. So one of his main things was that if your entry is correct, your trade should walk into profit quickly. And it's absolutely true. If you're how many times have you been in a trade and it just goes sideways, kind of like my trade is going right now, right? And you're just like, I mean, you've heard me, even me a couple of times, is like, come on, spy, like, let's get moving. Let's, whatever. It's no matter what, it's stressful. Like it puts a degree of stress on you, no matter how used to it you are or how successful you are, you're putting stress on yourself. And so, and so if that's the case, right? Um, I have my sell order here just in case. Oops. Uh, so it puts that degree of stress on you, right? But whenever your trade goes into profit very quickly and it moves away from your stop and your original entry, then you don't feel as stressed. So if we take away that stress, if your entry is incorrect, then we could be able to stay objective to be able to re-enter the trade if it sets up a lot more better. So we did hit the top of the hour mark here, guys. So like I said, I got 2.5 more minutes pretty much here in order for it to break out of this range, or I'll go ahead and just wait for it to set up a little bit better. It is trying to trigger my purple candles right here. So we'll see. So the SPX is right under 4100. It's at 4096. And we did give that love tap to the 20 here on the VIX. So I would like to see it pull away from that if we're going to get bullish. That rule of our uh, walking into profit quickly is a really nice rule, especially if you're an options trader, because then it keeps you from uh, getting beat up by the theta too. Okay, so 905 here. I'm going to go ahead and exit. And then if it resets up, I'll go ahead and re-enter. And as soon as I'm going to exit, watch it want to do something. Are you teasing or are you actually going to go? It sucks to get out on an actual entry trigger of my purple right here. I'm sorry, guys, that my voice, like, I don't know if it's that I'm not used to talking a whole lot, but I have my water right here. I have some sparkling water right here, and yeah, the Theta Monster. Oh. So back over 4100 on the SPX. Apple is in a really big compression right here underneath those levels. We're talking the 154.50, and Tesla is going to be the one that goes wild right here in a second, guys. If you guys are looking for a good trade, I believe Tesla is going to be the one to look at. It's my opinion. Not telling you to buy or sell any type of securities. Please do not go tell the SEC that I'm telling you to buy anything. There goes that breakout in Microsoft that we called out a little bit ago. So I didn't stop out here yet, guys. I'm giving it this opportunity and this candle to we saw a little bit more strength. If not, then I will go ahead and get out. I missed it by like 41, 29. Oh, it's a like uh 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 um. That sucks, dude. If we just go sideways in this area all day, and I could already see the theta hitting my position here. Holy crap! Cisco's the only green one right here. Now, if Apple breaks out of this compression bearish, so to the downside, um, it will drag us down here again. Trying to be patient on this thing, dude, but there we go. There's a little bit. All right, cool. So now we pulled away here from my entry. I'm good now. As long as we keep on going. If we get, I would like to get in the money here on my 4100s. And all these charts are actually looking a whole lot nicer now. Like I said, Apple would be nicer if we could get above the balance and pivot, weekly pivot right here. Let's see. Let's see. You put in that work there, purple candles. See what I made you for. Ooh, Bank of America. I'm getting an alert for. Yes. So the banks and the finance sector, they all kind of have the same little uh, setup here. This kind of, I don't know what you'd call it. Like it's not really a head and shoulders, but this triple kind of dip with a neckline right here. I like this to go up. During COVID and stuff, I was doing that wheel strategy. I was selling calls and doing that, and it did pretty good, making a paycheck on that. So it'd be nice if this could expand and then we start getting some growth out of this too, um, for it to get going again. But uh, Wells Fargo is the same type of way too. So WFC, this one has a little bit more strength. So JP Morgan. All right, here's the 4100 almost, or 4110, excuse me. So if I was self-critiquing myself right now, guys, on my entry on this, my entry was okay. Maybe a little bit of FOMO because of where we started pushing up on this, the second candle, right? But if I would have been a little bit more patient on this, and it would have been better for me to get in on this candle, right? So for there, and so the reasons for this, right? So is uh, the VIX, right? So it hit the 20 where we know that that is uh, the area of interest for the VIX, and then it rejected. Now to my kind of um, defense here, when I entered, we were rejecting off of this right here. So um, it's kind of my little thing, but so 410. Oh, Twilio. Twilio was that other ticker that did really well. And actually, they had a really nice bounce here so far today. But the other Kathy Woodstock. Ha, Woodstock. Get it? Mm. All right, so let's see here. We get some momentum going here, guys. Apple's trying to break out. I'm almost in the money here, and then I could start making some nice money. Yeah, Facebook is no longer traded, dude. I did that for I don't know how many months. I would come in here and be like FB, FB. It's funny because then you have it's cool. It's cool, kind of like as a when you start getting like experience as a trader and all these ticker symbols that no longer exist. Like so, we have Facebook, right? Doesn't exist no more. We have Twitter, TWTR, don't exist no more. We have what was the other one? The Movie Pass one. Um, Hertz is now a freaking oh, dude, it's up quite a bit. Since when did it? For a while there, it was like sub dollar, wasn't it? Or am I thinking correctly? But it's kind of funny to see the tickers that are no longer able to be traded anymore. Here we go, dude. All right, let's see if we could get squeezy here. We could get some chasers in volume. That would be pretty cool. To the upside are so, like I said, my level of interest right here is the 411 line. We actually have room to get to 413 or so if we really wanted to. So that would be an absolutely awesome trade. So I got in about 409. 409 to 413 would be an absolutely awesome move. There we go. Yeah, Twitter no longer publicly traded, so it's not on there no more. So there's a couple like when the whole SPAC thing, right? So the SPAC merger craze, like in 2020, 2021 was a big thing. A lot of those tickers that merged and stuff, like DWEC, right? That's the Trump one, right? So the target on the ES would be 4136. You guys have heard me call that number here. So first one, oh, we're at VWAP right now. So the first one, 4125, and then 4136 up here at this level. And Tesla, dude, Tesla may freaking shoot for the moon right here, guys. So Google got past that 97. Freaking awesome. So the target on Google is that 98. So like 98.30 or so. Yep, 98.30. And Microsoft from the call out entry is up. It's let's see here, 264. So it's up like $2. Twitter still has price action? No, it doesn't. TWTR. Privately owned. Did you guys hear that Reddit is actually going to be publicly traded? They're going to IPO later on this year. How do you guys feel about that? It does. TWTR. Are you looking at on a daily? Yeah, so it'll show up until the day. So if you look at like the bottom right here, it'll show until the day it was actually taken where it can't trade anymore. So it'll show the history of it, right? So the history of the price action up until November, when it was no longer available to be traded. But after that, not anymore. So on this ES here, guys, this is, if you're bullish, this is not what you want to see very much, where we're rejecting the VWAP. So in the futures, for whatever reason, they use the VWAP a whole lot more heavily. A pretty, I know it's a pretty, what do you call it? Popular indicator on any type of instrument that you're trading or whatever. But if we don't break this here, that's not a good thing on the ES. So we'll keeping an eye on that here for right now. And then here comes again Tesla, guys. Nvidia also took out high of day, I believe. Nope, almost there at high of day. So again, we're rejecting here this VWAP that's not very good. What you'll see a lot of is whenever the price starts moving towards us here on the ES, towards the VWAP, it'll sometimes shut off right before, so it won't actually get all the way to it, and that's really good sentiment to the direction of the trend, right? So like if right now we're bearish on this little short term trend right now. So if we bounce up here and we didn't actually touch it, then it would be a lot more bearish to the downside. Now, if it was like we're up and then we were coming down to touch it and we didn't quite touch it to bounce, then it's a lot more bearish. It will be bounce and go further up. The golden zone from yesterday's high. What is that? You're talking Fibonacci's? Yeah, I think market makers are going to be comfortable just trying to hold the price as close to 410 as possible till tomorrow. And as long as we're above 4100 on the ES and the SPX, then I don't think they care. So Mm-mm-mm. Is anyone in any trades right now? Mm-mm-mm. All right, so the Qs are over our balance area, trying to get over 307. Here comes Tesla over that 215. If you guys have any topics, which could be maybe it'll gap fill through further. But yeah, just 50, which is also a higher volume node, make a gap fill through further upward, which could be in time for a speaker later. Yep. Um, that would be, yeah, like that's, I don't know if Tanis is here. That's her whole, that's like her bread and butter thing, is to uh just fill the gaps from the open every day. Still in my Apple 155. They are next week expiration, so I'm okay with it. I forgot to add that this morning, but I wouldn't. I would have taken them off at 152.60. Yeah, dude. Does anyone know? Does anyone know how to zoom out of like a web browser to make the contents in a web browser like smaller? Oh, here we go. Dude, this is still kind of ugly, bro. All right, so we broke the VWAP here. Like I said, so next stop here should be 41.36 or so on this ES. I'm looking pretty good here. Like I said, I'll take profit against right here, and if we do a crossover type play, I will add another strike on there. And so again, to the open interest part of this here, guys, the 413 would be the target. So 413 right here. That is my ultimate target. Starting to get a little bit more aggressive now. There goes. So, dude, this Tesla is going to be nice once it gets going, dude. LaDainian Tomlinson. Why is he relevant right now? Mm. Ooh, coin on the dip would have been nice right here, dude. Check on this beat though here. Pretty nice. It's just really slow moving. If you guys have I don't know if I've said this already right now, but control scroll. Oh, thank you, dude. All right, am I still in the call? Yes, I'm still holding my position here. My indicator's still purple, so it's telling me to hold. Um, I missed my little exit right here, but next little push up to this level, I'll take profit on half of it, and then if it pushes up and then retests and holds, I'll go ahead and add a higher strike. So the gap fill like 41.40 or so would be cool. 41.35 on the SPX. It was almost like the market was taunting the PPI to come out lower so that you could buy more. So I keep on losing track when I start to say this here, guys. But if you have any topics that you or like questions that you want me to go over today, like we've been going over uh, every day, we've been going over this week, and you want me to explain, go over anything like that, I'm absolutely happy to do that. Pretty slow, nice day so far. Mm-mm. We may start losing some of this momentum right here on this if we don't start keep on pushing up. So the purples will trigger that this first leg is over. And there goes Tesla, guys. I did anyone take Tesla for me? Cool. So my limit order just got hit right here. Half my position sold. And the way that I do this here, guys, is so the rest of this trade, if it doesn't break and continue going, the other half is just risk to zero. Not excuse me, not risk to zero, it's risk to break even. So until it gets to um, break even, I won't allow the rest of it to go red. So that keeps me profitable on the trade. But this trend here so far looking pretty nice. So I would like to see a little bit more volume, but I don't think we've convinced chasers as of yet um, for us to get moving. But the tech um, structure, right? So the Qs, Nasdaq tickers are looking pretty dang nice. Oh, dude, why are people buying puts? Do I not like to be in one more than one trade? So my max is usually around three. So 3 to 5 trades. Five is really pushing it, dude. Like if we are having like a hectic day, right? So uh like what do you call it? Like during COVID where everything was just moving really aggressively, I could manage 5 trades and be going crazy. But if I put decent size right here, my goal is not to like make as much money as possible right now. Like if that makes sense. Um, it's kind of counterintuitive, I know, as a trader, but I make really good money with what I do. And so like, if I'm taking 5 contracts right here, and I'll pull up the SPX right next to this, right? So if I'm excuse me, if I'm taking 4110s right here at 4095, and we're up 30 about 30 points, right? I'm up $2,500 per contract. So $2,500 per contract times 5 is 10 grand. So I don't necessarily need to be in more than one position, if that makes sense. Um, if if I if I really wanted to, and I was trying to extract as much money as I can from the market, absolutely, dude. Like I could. I think that also takes away from my ability to be able to teach you, though. I'd be more focusing on my trades than helping you guys out. So I give off. There's a trade-off of me not making as much money as possible as a trader for me to be able to have the ability to be a little bit more calm and objective to be able to teach you guys as I'm trading, right? Also, it's embarrassing. It's really fucking embarrassing to take a loss in front of you guys if I'm being 100% transparent. So I really do try to take like the best outcome trades. Um, I believe by leading by example, right? So I don't know if it's Euro style, but it is cash settled. More so, I trade SPX just because the volatility presents bigger returns, right? So someone asked this on the stream the other day. They asked why trade the SPX over the SPY, and so at a certain point, right? So if you're buying the contracts here, I believe my 4110s I could see. Give me a second. My 4110s were like think they're like 1,500 or something when I bought them. Yeah. So actually, so 1350. So if I'm buying contracts for 1350, right? Then that's pretty much me buying. So if the cost of a SPY contract is $2.50 or so, then that's basically like me buying 6 SPY contracts, right? But if I buy 6 SPY contracts and it moves $1 or whatever it is right here, I'm pretty much gonna make what, um, 500 to eight. We'll say $800 or so. Where compared to like the volatility that I get on the SPX, I'm up a whole lot more. So there are a few times, dude, like at the end of the day, where like if kind of like my rule is that if I'm up very nicely on the day, and I buy like some risk to zero, so like $100 SPX, and then I want them, I'll let them expire, and whatever I get, and just let them cash settle. There's I'll do that at the end of the day, but it's not my intention to ever um like every trade for it to just cash settle or whatever. Need something you prove. All right, I'm going to go ahead and add my second strike right here, guys. And this one is going to be a little bit more tricky. I don't know if we'll continue to move the way that we have been, but it would be really nice. Like I said, 413 being the area we want to get to. I don't trade the NDX. I don't even really trade the Qs, dude. The other day I did, and I actually did pretty good. I did pretty good doing that. I know that there are times where I should be trading the Qs over the SPY and vice versa because of, one presenting a little bit more relative weakness or strength depending on the trend on the day. But I usually just trade the SPX and the SPY. So the VIX is starting to curl here back the other way, maybe a little bit of a pullback here, guys. Meta now trying to make a move. I just got an alert. Ooh, let's go, Meta. Help us out here a little bit. Yeah, so I did buy some. I did go ahead and buy some 4130s now, which I mean, I think I'm being a little bit too aggressive and bright eyed here, dude. To be honest. Mm-mm-mm, mm-mm-mm. So the next one here to go is this meta. This would be a nice little spot. See if it'll help us out. I need something new, proof. All right, so 10 o'clock hour here, 11 o'clock hour market time. The Prince of Pegging? What the? Oh my goodness. Oh, come on, give it to me. VIX is looking pretty good here, guys. Trying to go for the low of day here at the 19. There we go. Come on, chasers. Where are you at? Daddy's already been in for $2. We're almost gap filled here on the ES. Actually, we're like at uh, the news dropped right here, right? 412. This is the slowest money I've made, I don't know, in a while, dude. Slowest good money, I should say. One thing I think a lesson of the day we should that would be kind of a cool little segment thing if we could do like on these live streams and stuff as a segment of the day being um please do not panic whenever you see a big sell, especially when it's into a support level, right? So when we see a support level where we know, and this is a big part of my teachings, right? So we know that the 4100 is our big open interest, our big support area. We know that in the market makers and dealers are going to do everything they can to support right there, and you can see off of this volume they they did that, right? And now they're probably up a couple uh probably 7 8 figures just this morning, right? Just off of this dip to move up. So my point being is that please do not chase to the downside whenever you see something like this. Give it a chance to actually show the weakness to break under. And if it does break, then cool. Then buy the retest of it. And what I mean by buying the retest of it is buying puts for the continuation or shorting or whatever. Um, Same thing to the upside too, right? Um, that this whole mentality that's on Twitter and TikTok and wherever of puts below this number and calls above this price. It's fucking stupid, dude. I wish we could just ban all of those guys. Wherever they're trying to buy and sell their things, I'm doing the opposite. It is worth noting right here, though, that the VIX is bouncing off the 19, and we are getting into the slower part of the day. So um, I'm going to go ahead and take full profit on my first ones, the 4110s, and then the other ones I'm going to go ahead and let do what they want to. I'm up a little bit on them. I'm up like 3 points on the SPX on those. And if they go, they go. If not, then we'll go ahead and let them go to risk to break even on those. That's exactly what it is. That's all it is, Giovanni. Crossover is just a break and retest of a level, dude. My reasoning for entry here is so kind of like I don't know if sorry if you I didn't have the little thing here to see your question, but basically what I explained, right? So we're at the support level of the 4100, and I'll make this actually three wide so you could see the SPX as well. So the SPX actually got under 4100. And so we know that they want to protect this 4100 with everything that they can until at least tomorrow. So maybe Monday, we rotate a little bit more bearish and we do break it, whatever, right? But at least until tomorrow, we are not going to break this. We are not going to. I could say with probably 98% certainty, we will close above this number right here. And as I exit, dude, we got that pullback. So, it's going to stop me out of my next part. So we have this. We know this 4100 is where we want to protect here as far as our open interest, right? So the 410, right on the. So this is the SPY. So this is 1600 right here, and we kind of went over. There was like 30,000 or something, or I don't remember what it is on the SPX. So the SPX as well. If you go to the 4100, and I believe, yeah, this is tomorrow expiration. If you come down here all the way to 4100, you see there's 19,000, right? So I don't know. I think the SPX, yeah, it has also the SPX has today expiration as well, has everyday expiration. And there's 6,000 right here. So that is where we know that this is kind of like we draw our line in the sand, right? This is where we want to defend. So we always want to buy at support. So please do not, like I was saying, please do not buy breakouts, right? You're basically providing liquidity for the exit of the big dealers, market makers, and whales whenever you're buying at the resistance. And they're laughing at you for it, bro. They're laughing at you. You're just there to fill their orders. But if you're buying at the support, right? So you can see all this volume right here. On this candle alone, on the futures, we could see all the chart's too small now. But maybe it'll show on. We'll use the SPY. Give me a second. So on this first one on the SPY, it still doesn't say. It's all the way like right here, dude. It isn't. So on the SPY, it was 2 million, right? So on that first candle, and then on this one, on the ES, was 56,000. So that's some pretty significant volume there to protect that area. So I want to go ahead and buy where the rest of the whales and the big dealers are buying, right? So those are my homies. I want to buy with them. And so if they're protecting this area and they want to go, to push it back up above at least the 410, 4100, right? I'm going to go ahead and side with them. So like I said, anything above right here is bonus bucks. Like this is where I'm counting on the SPY to get to 413. But kind of like what I said just a little while ago is that the market makers and dealers, they would be perfectly fine with just keeping the price where it is right now, because they've done their job of protecting this 4100, the 410 here on the SPY, 4100 obviously on the SPX as well, and we're below also the put walls and everything of the upside. So this is pretty much where the market could agree, where everyone is comfortable and happy, everyone has made their money for the month, and we're okay going ahead and letting the market go ahead and expire at this level until tomorrow. Now going into Monday, that's totally different story. We will have a little bit more movement, and I believe we'll have a really nice week next week in terms of volatility. So we'll make some money next week is what I'm kind of expecting. But my whole thesis was it's just support right here of the open interest, our key level, right, on our charts. And then I messed up a little bit by entering a little bit too early. So I did mention that's where I should have waited. I entered like when I saw this first reclaim and like bounce right here, where I could have been a little bit more patient and show the strength to show my actual technical trigger. This beautiful freaking entry that triggered right here, right? and then with the VIX that actually showed the rejection of this 20, right? So that would have been another key point right there as well. Taking some puts right here. I could see that a nice little pullback to the VWAP would not be too bad. Oh, excuse me. The U.S. is restarting a tax credit for makers of solar panels and other clean energy equipment after getting a 10 billion infusion from the Inflation Reduction Act. So, is FSLR going to the moon right now? Not yet. This is a pretty nice little setup for it right here, though. I'll go ahead and put a little alert right here. What are some other solar tickers you guys know of, guys? I really hope you get this donkey candle right here down to the VWAP. That would be cool for you, bro. Little dollar move. Um, I believe that this may be the cleanest trade of the day. Um, so I'll stay here for a little bit while longer, and if it doesn't keep on moving, I'll go ahead and just set some alerts and go to the gym. Amazon looking pretty good. Just trying to do something here, bro. It would be awesome if we get the end of day squeeze. To the blue line. What? Which one to the blue line? This is where my strike selection was probably not the best here, dude. No, so just the 413, dude. This daily pivot right here, that's where I wanted it to get to the upside. That's our open interest resistance here on the dude. I've been moving this back and forth all morning. Um, so right here, 413. So you see how it's like 6,009, 8, and then we get into 5 digits right here. So that's the bigger one to the upside. And you can see we came straight up almost to that 4035, 4036 area. So this is like a big volume node liquidity area here. OpenAI's ChatGPT has reportedly predicted that the stock market would crash on March 15th, 2023. What a slower day today, guys. I thought we may have some exciting, crazy action here because of that slide off, that PPI print. But We were kind of talking about. I was talking about with one of my members last night of the way the option market kind of dictates the way the market moves. And what I mean by that is that if you take a look and you kind of step back and just discretionary look at it on the days. So the way if the market makers are severely bent, right, like we're extremely away from like the call or put walls or like where the value is, right? Which we are not. We're definitely right in the value zone right now. Um, then we will have some really sharp moves going into the OPEX to the monthly expiration. But if we're perfectly balanced, right, which we are, our put wall is at 400. We have a big gamma support at 4100, 410, and then to the upside is 415 and then 420. So we have no reason for us to really actually move as of right now. So the week of actually monthly expiration, you could kind of just count on nothing to happen. You know what I mean? And that's pretty much what we've had this week is just kind of a back and forth between the same ranges, right? And so when you have the expectations of we're not going to get these huge moves and you lower your expectations of just taking small profits or even just sitting sidelines and not taking trades, I believe that helps a lot on your risk management. Um, right. And then also the Monday and Tuesday of the FOMC week, I used to lose really bad during those times too. And you gotta realize that the market makers and dealers are just waiting for the announcement. They're already hedged in by that point. They're just waiting for the announcement. And so it's best to either trade very small or lower your expectations for that, and then you could do it after that. So when you kind of know that, when there's not a whole lot of gamma and option open interest and things like that that is holding us back and making a whole lot of support and resistance levels, then that is when we're going to move a lot more freely. So once we establish where those lines are at, then you know, right? But and that's why we're going into next week, right? Which is kind of cool that it's the last week of the month. We've gotten through all the earnings and stuff like that, and all the hedges from the downside puts and stuff are pretty much coming off month by month, where we don't have those downside hedges anymore. So that allows us to move a lot more freely, especially to the downside. So like I said, we're being objective to that volatility will be absolutely um, paramount and important for you. But if and to know when to go risk on your trades, like when to lower your expectations and when to throw some money at it and hold, right? Hold for as long as you can on trades, right? That'll definitely help out. That's a good trade idea, bro. I like it. I'd say it's a winning. You may have lost in profit, but I like the trade idea. There's a very low volume little pop right here, dude. Like, don't be upset about that. Meta, meta, meta. Oh, it did pop up a little bit. We need to come on, keep on going. Is J Rob still here? Oh, I forgot to check out my monster. Oh, there were. It dipped a little this morning. We're getting back up to these highs. Come on, monster. I'll stay here until 11 my time here, guys, and then I'm going to go ahead and take off. Okay. There's not really much for me to report on right now. This is a nice little flag compression here. It's to see if we get another leg up. That it would be really, really freaking cool. No one here is into Formula One racing. All right, so the 19 broke on the VIX here, over 308 on the Qs, and we get moving. We get moving again. Yeah, this right here. You guys know what this is, right? No, so it's a triple MA. So basically, it's the 8, 13, and 21 MA all average in together in one moving average, and smooth with a whole moving average. And so basically, the way that this works is since you have Fibonacci numbers that you're doing with this, right? Then what would happen? And don't laugh at me because it's been a while since I've done this. Um, right here. So I think it would be like you go like this, right? Right there, right? Something like that, right? On this range. So if you come and you look at this, the way that the MA moves is actually in the ratio of the Fibonacci. So if you come in here a little bit closer, you could actually see it bounced off the 38.2 right here, and it moves at the same ratio of Fibonacci does. So I don't necessarily have to come and put a Fibonacci table in here in order to be able to see where the retracements are at. I could just put the range in there, and then our this line is going to tell me where it should retrace to. So I have cheat codes. No, I have a lot of fucking time on my hands, dude, and ways to think about things. So if that's the case, then I don't need to have all the Fibonacci in here. The moving average is going to move at a ratio just mathematically to a Fibonacci, and so whenever you get the pullbacks, those are going to be your entry retracements and things like that. Pretty cool, right? There was someone that was calling Fibonacci numbers earlier, right? Someone was saying that this is the golden area, right? Is this EMAs then? Yes. So basically what it is the 8, 13, and 21 EMA averaged together and then smooth with the whole moving average. So that's all it is, dude. And it's so nice when you could take a complex concept like that, right? Like the mathematical ratio of the way that the ticker is moving, right? So as long as it stays above here, great, awesome, and then it retraces, cool. That's where it should go ahead and retrace to, and then go ahead and continue going, and then once it turns red, right? So kind of like what happened right here, right? You start getting out um, for the upside move. You can see a little bit better, right? Like this, right? So yeah. So back in the day, like when I was coming up with all this, I didn't. The things should evolve, right? Like we didn't magically wake up one day and we have an iPhone 14, right? Everyone remembers having the first iPhone, 1, 2, 3, 4, or whatever it is, right? And how horribly slow it was, how small the screen was. There wasn't even a camera on it, I don't think, at that point. We used it for apps like um, a beer mug that showed it emptying as you pretended to drink it, right? Stuff like that. And now we have apps on our phone that do freaking complex ass shit, right? That have our whole stock portfolios and things on them that we're able to manage. So everything should work in a way that everyone wants to go from 0 to 100 and have like nice things. You know what I mean? And you don't realize that you don't see the progression of the way that things were developed. So if I come and so the way that this was made, and as we wait for the 413 to come right here, oops, excuse me. What did I just do? There we go. So as we wait for the 413 to come right here, um, basically what you could do is, and I believe if you go on my YouTube, there's old school videos like this that I've made with what I'm about to show you. So if I come in and I just do moving average, so right, so move E, right? Is it move? Yeah, here it is. So if I come in and I have these three moving averages here, and I go and I put this 8, right? And I go and I put this as a 9 or 13. And these numbers are actually Fibonacci numbers in themselves. I do believe, right? And then 21, and we apply this like this, right? So then we have something that looks something like this, and we can make this look a little bit prettier, right? We could come in here and make them different colors. So do that one. All right, now we have 3 different color ones, right? So now we have within these bands, right? So if you guys follow Ripster, Ripster's a really popular Twitter guy. I don't like really giving those props, but whatever. But this is kind of like what he shows is like the ribbon effect, right? Kind of like ribbon effect of like your EMAs. And so if you look at where my green line is, it's right here, right at the bottom of my 21, right? So it's basically averaging right here, a little bit further back here to give it some space, but it matches right here with my 21, and it's also averaging in here where you see how it's a little bit above right here on the as compared to your 21, and that's why is because it's averaging these other 2 ones in there. So and that's all it is. So when I first started doing like trend trading and things like that, I would just look for a compression with the TTM, a MACD cross, and then your EMA's cross like this. And so and that's how this came about and it was made. Then it was like, okay, well, if I average it into just one line and clean this up, because there's way too many things to be looking at on your chart, right? Then this actually works very nice where, okay, if it's green, right, we come in here and then we just like take this all off. If it's green, we're good. We're in a positive trend on this time frame, and then once it turns red, you could go ahead and take it off. But I usually like is so whenever I like using a smaller time frame to actually get out using this, because then you get out a little bit more closer to the top. So it hasn't necessarily triggered that the trend is over as of right now here. But if it starts coming back down, it'll start showing red right here, as compared to where if you do it on the 5 minute, it's gonna your exit's gonna probably be down more here than it is up here. So and that also includes the purple candles. So yeah. Appreciate it, brother. See, like things like that, like you guys bring up like simple little little comments like that, and it leads into a little bit more of a conversation, and it's just a tool that I use every day, right? um but if you're I don't realize that other people haven't seen it, right? Other people haven't don't know the progression of it or whatever. We need Apple to get over this PDC here, guys, but over this 155, it's kind of heavy. So it's funny how the progression of a trader, and I don't know if you guys have gone through this. So kind of like the journey of a trader, a lot of people's is the same, right? You're very gung ho and you're like, oh, I could do this by myself. I don't need, nothing. And you lose money, right? So then you're like, oh, I'm just going to go ahead and follow what this person does, right? I'm going to go ahead and just copy their trades. You sign up for like an alert service or just, something along those lines. That doesn't work, right? Because they're not telling you exactly when they're getting in and out, or they're selling into you. They're just pumping and dumping into you. So that doesn't work. And then you're like, well, um, do I refer to Apple because of the weight? Yes, we'll get to that here in a second. So then you kind of go like, oh, technical indicators that's the way that it should be. And then um, you wind up with every freaking single technical indicator on your freaking chart, bro. You have EMAs, you have, uh, you know, um, Heikin candles, you have Fibonacci candles, every type of notches, right? And then you realize like I have 20 freaking triggers and I don't know what to do. And then you start simplifying your process. You start simplifying what you're doing. You start taking things out according to what looks good to you and the way that you trade, and it works a whole lot more better. And that's my goal, is to simplify the options part a whole lot better, where yeah, it's intimidating. You come and you look at the net flows and you come and look at the option Greeks and open interest, and it's a shitload of data, bro. And the report I get every morning is just one report is over 10,000 lines of data. So but if I can make it actionable for you, where it's just like, okay, I already did everything, you just need to know this, and this is where you buy, uh bro, it's nice. That's how I got here. Yeah, see, that's exactly, I've been there, dude. I definitely been there. I wish I had screenshots. If you probably go look at some of my older YouTube videos, you could see, like I said, kind of the progression of the way my indicators work and stuff. These purple candles, right? I used to use some different candles. I used to use just TTM candles, and then the purple candles used to have like 20 different colors. And I'm exaggerating. It's probably more like eight different colors. And it was like, dude, there's no actionable type things when there's 20 different colors on this. So now we have red, we have purple, and then we have green. That's it. So um, okay. So to answer your question, yes. So the reason I call out Apple and then all the kind of tickers that I do here, the ones, so just to kind of show you guys as well, this is one of my monitors that I have over here on the other side. So I'm gonna uh, toss it over here. So this is what the other monitor looks like. There's nine other ones. I have the VIX, SPX, the Qs, Apple, Nvidia, Tesla, Microsoft, and right now I have Google because it's relevant. But most of the time I have the ES right here. I've been keeping the ES on my screen that you guys normally see, and then I have Amazon right here because it's been relatively weak. But they're interchangeable. I'll put like other stuff right there too. So if so those are the ones that I'm keeping the biggest eye on because they're the most relevant to the way the market is moving currently. So, and also the biggest weight in the ETFs, right? So if we come and we look at this, right? So we share this screen, and I actually have a pretty cool example of this now. Is if we come in, we look at the SPY holdings, right? So, so the SPY holdings, I believe this updates quarterly. Where is it? Oh, right here, top 10 holdings. So right here on the side. So Apple is 6.6% of the SPY. Microsoft is 5.7%. So just these two tickers alone is over 11%, right? Almost 12% of the SPY, right? So if Microsoft and Apple are moving in conjunction together, right? So if Apple and Microsoft are both very bullish and moving cohesively together, uh, do you think that it's going to move the market um, a little bit more aggressive, or not necessarily aggressively, but do you think that the SPY is going to move alongside with it? More than likely, right? And so these other ones, Tesla used to be a bigger part of it. It's only 1.63. It used to be like 7 or something like that. They dumped Tesla. Um, Also, it's weird that United Healthcare is also in this top 10 as well, which is kind of crazy. And then Amazon used to have a bigger stake too, but you could also come over and you do like um, something like this, right? So on the Qs, obviously these are more like tech tickers and stuff like that. And you can see that Microsoft is actually 12%. Apple is actually 12%. So these two together, right, is 24% of what the actual Qs are. And then Amazon included in that is Amazon is 6%, Nvidia, whatever, right? So holistically, these are what move the market. You know what I mean? And if, as a good example of this, like I was just saying, is that you guys saw yesterday when the antitrust lawsuit news came out on Apple, right? And what happened? We had this candle right here where it pulled down, right? And what happened to the overall market at that same time? Let's make sure that it's the 11:35. So 11:35 right here. Oops, right here. So this is the same candle right here of this move, right? And so this was getting ready to bounce, right? This was ready to come down and reclaim, but it actually drug the market down. We could say probably a good dollar or so because of this news just on Apple, right? And then we've also seen where Apple is relative strength and moving in a direction either bullish or bearish on its own, and it's supporting the whole overall market together, right? So like as long as Apple is staying in that direction, then then that's what happens. Another good example of this was the other day when Google was selling. So if you take a look here, I think it was it this day? I think it was this day. Let's make sure. Let's go to Google over here. So this is February 9th. This is February 9th. Yep. So Google was really weak right here. This is where the SPY was selling off right here pretty aggressively, right? So now if you come and you look at this here and you look at Apple, right? On the 9th of that day, which let's see here. It's the 10th. Here's the 9th, right? So Apple was actually relative weakness all morning long. So it was actually holding this level right here, this 153, as compared to Google, right? So if we come in, I could give you Google right here to the side as well. Google just sold from the opening bell, right? So uh, let's go 30 minutes. Google just sold from the opening bell right here and just went straight down, whereas Apple went sideways and then started giving up those cheeks right here, right? And you could see that here on the SPY, it tried to do the same thing too, right? The right here within the morning, it tried to hold right here, right? And then as soon as Apple broke this is at 11:30. We could say 11:30 right here. We get this big ass candle right here on the SPY. Is that coincidence? No, it's the Apple actually finally broke that resistance, and then we started moving really aggressively to the close. Then at that point, right, and that's what wound up making us also lose the 4100 on the ES, right? So I think it was trying to make sure the date. Yep. So then that's what actually wanted us make us lose the 4100 into the close right here. So we broke, and then we get into the 4100 right here and the SPX2. So yes, so whenever I'm telling you these things, like I'm telling you, I'm not just telling you like, for you to take trades or whatever off of these, or whatever, is that in the back of your head to make a mental note, like, okay, Apple is pushing right here, or it's holding, or whatever. So this is the way that the overall market should be reacting as well too, right? If Microsoft, Apple, and Google are all moving together, right, then you're going to see some really strong moves. Like right now, the VIX just actually washed down. So we may see that we get a nice little push up here on the SPY. Um, but yes, so if you're looking at this, then um, the way that the all the SPY is the combination of all those tickers together, right? Just being the ETF. So if the highest weight tickers are the ones that are moving aggressively, then we want to know that, right? And I actually have a theory. I have a theory that someone has made. You got to be from Cali. Yes, I am from California. I'm from Corona, California, if you know where that is. Um, so, uh, lost my train of thought. So, I actually have a theory that someone has made an algo. So, whoever the market makers or NASDAQ, whatever, has made an algo, right? And you would be able to put the percentage weight of each ticker of the algo, right? Of each ticker that is in the SPY. So basically like your own little ETF thing. And so if they wanted to move the market, right, and you knew the percentage that you wanted to move the market, say like right now, I wanted to get to 413, which is we can measure here real quick from where it's at. So from here to here is 0.39%, right? So if we want to move at 0.39% and we know that the Apple is 6% of the SPY, then we actually know how much Apple we need to purchase in order for us to go ahead and do that, or a combination thereof, right? So we knew the combination of Tesla, Apple, Nvidia, whatever, in order for us to be able to reach our target to a certain level. And I 100% believe that there is an algo like that where um, if you have enough money into it, you're able to go ahead and purchase, or say someone wants to go ahead and offload Tesla, right? But you don't want to crash the market, then what would you do? So then you would make sure that Apple does not sell, and you would hold it up above a certain level, right? You would hold it so it does not sell as well. Then the market would not crash whenever Tesla is being sold by Elon or whatever, right? Um, and you're able to make sure that you're able to offload that Tesla or whatever without crashing the overall market, or vice versa, like on Google the other day, or whatever, right? You're from LA, yeah, dude. Yes, put to call ratio. So at the extremes, yes. So I believe there's edge there too. A couple guys in my chat to take trades exclusively just at the outer ranges of put to call ratio as well. Um, I have some ideas for that, but I haven't messed with it as much. So, but in the put to call ratio, um, I don't think it's really good, from a really, really good, like overall high level standpoint of getting an idea, but then getting a little bit deeper into it, if you're looking at, because puts could be bullish or bearish, right? Calls could be bullish or bearish as well. If you sell a call, it's a bearish position, right? It's a negative delta. And so I think it's more prominent and it's more important for you to be able to measure a negative to positive delta, right? As compared to a put to call ratio. So that's a little bit more in depth on it. But because if you're just measuring put to calls, um, you don't know if those calls or puts are, which side of the trade that those people are on. But if you're measuring the negative and positive deltas that are going through, and the way the market is weighted to one side or the other, then you know what the plan is on the way that they're trying to move it. You're from LA, dude. Hell yeah, Dodgers fan too, bro. Excuse me. This is a really nice compression flag right here, guys. If we get moving, yeah, dude. I don't know. I don't know if you're familiar, but if you could go eat some Miguel's Jr. for me, bro, that would be freaking awesome. Freaking miss it. I would say, dude, like you could have an idea, dude. It's sometimes your ideas don't work, but when you have an idea, don't be afraid to like pursue it and see where it goes and try to expand upon these ideas because a lot of what I do is just theory, right? So, and a lot of I don't believe I don't believe a lot of like mentors and community owners and things like that. Mentors um, talk about things being theories, right? And that's all. There's no one sitting here telling me that this is exactly what it is, Cruz. This is exactly what it is. This is why the dealers do this. This is whatever, right? And it's the same thing as like practicing medicine, right? No one is telling a doctor, these cells are attacking the other cell exactly for this. But with enough research, we could go ahead and conclude with enough evidence that when this happens, right? And so we may get more information in the future that may change that, but from this point, at a percentage where it is the most successful, we could act upon it for it to be successful. And so I think that's really important is to realize that everything starts with a question like what if, and and then you expand upon it, you data track it, and it could lead you down to nowhere, or it brings you to really cool strategies like I've built, right? And you realize that these types of strategies are a lot of people aren't doing them, dude. Like and uh, who knows? I would love to sit down with someone that works at like Two Sigma or JP Morgan in their trade desk and tell them what I know, and for them to either validate or tell me that I'm a freaking idiot. Like that would, more than any money, right? I think that would be really cool to have that kind of validation, right? Because we don't get a diploma, we don't get like a degree in doing this at all. We just get to make the money from it. But having a sense of gratification of validation would be pretty cool. Here we go. Apple's trying to break out of the flag. Here we go. Come on, dude. I just need a freaking dollar. A dollar 22 cents, and I could be done. How many people were down here chasing this to the downside here probably this morning, dude? Oh shit! YouTube, Google CEO Susan Wojcicki, I don't know, Wojcicki says she's stepping down, and Google is actually reacting to that right now. Here, guys, a little bit of a slide off. Weird that we would get a little bit of bearish news right as we're about to break out. That fucking sucks. I moved. I actually moved from California though, dude. I don't live there anymore. I live in Dallas. I don't know how anyone could live in California anymore, dude. It's. I can't even. I can't even say it's beautiful anymore, dude. It's. You can't even see a mile past your freaking nose, dude, because of all the smog. When I was younger, it used to be so green, like all the highways and the medians were filled with poppies and green ivy and stuff like that. And ooh, why is Apple? Hmm, I don't know, a little bit of a pullback here. That sucks. Right as we were about to break out, dude. Oh, that's weird. Smog, traffic, prices, dude. It's just, I don't know. I don't want to argue politics right now or whatever, but the people running the fucking state are stupid as hell too, dude. So it's just crazy, like with the traffic out there, bro. Like you actually have to plan a full day to go to Walmart because it takes an hour to get to Walmart. Yeah, to and from just to go to Walmart, bro, an hour, bro. And then you want to stop and get some food or something on the way. Oh, that's another 45 minutes. Like it is absolutely freaking stupid. I mean, here in Dallas, we got some pretty big construction projects on highways and stuff like that. But we also have some freaking sick ass toll roads, bro. Like our toll system out here is freaking awesome. The what do they call it? The fast track out there in California? That shit's a fucking nightmare. And the thing is I don't know if it's. I mean, there's traffic out here in Texas too, but everyone is driving at 90 miles an hour, bro. Like I've been in the fast lane going 85, and I get passed by a little freaking clunker, going 100 in the right lane. Um, so it's just I don't know, way different. It also, but there you could definitely tell as far as like the obviously it's diverse and everything here too, right? But you could tell that um sometimes some people don't like associating with certain people, like you know what I mean. Roku is like going crazy right now, or what? Ooh, should we get some puts on this or what? Oops, why did I put an arrow there? Ooh, what a nice bounce. There we go. There we go. Apple and Google said, forget your freaking negative news over here. Nvidia looks really nice over here, guys. So every time I'm about to take off, something happens. I'm like, dude. All right, here's a little mini crossover right here. See you, brother. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and call it a stream here for you guys. So I hit this first share trade. The theta is catching up to me. I'm about 10 points away from my strike price of my next here. So it needs to get going, or else I'm gonna wind up getting stopped out with it going, getting to where it gets to break even and going to start going negative. So it's picking up here just a little bit. So we'll see. Maybe it goes sideways here a little bit, but I could always go ahead and re-enter getting into the last part of the day to the end part of the day. So appreciate you guys coming and hanging out, man. I hope you learned a thing or two. Tomorrow is Friday, the expiration day. It will be pretty nice. Hopefully, it's a pretty nice day. Hopefully, we don't get just sideways action. But we'll see you guys all bright and early tomorrow morning. Okay, 9 o'clock market time.